Hey folks, just waiting for Benny to show up. We're going to head out and check out a new lake today. So Ben's been doing some research, snooping around a bit, found a lake that hasn't been stocked. The stocking was reduced in 2020. So it was stocked the fall of 2020 and then again in the fall of 2024, I think. So the hope is that when we get there, some of those 2020 fish will have plumped up nicely and we could be into some decent fish. Now, you know, we do this once in a while, and to be honest, it's rare that you end up finding a gem doing this, but it does happen, and we have managed to find a few like that before, so it is worth the effort. We're going to go out. You may be with us when we find one. There's a good chance you can be with us when we realize that it's not what we thought it might be, but that's okay too, because that's what we do, and we did say that we're gonna do what we do and take you with us. So stay tuned and let's go see if we can find some big fish, or at least catch a bunch of little fish. Okay, buddy boy, we're on the water. We made it.
Just looking for fish. Just saw a couple of crawnies.
Yeah, there's a shuck. Yeah. So we saw a couple of shucks.
It's over deep water and we're not picking up fish, at least on the bottom. There's a shuck right there.
Yeah. So I don't know if you could hear Ben or not from there with the motor going, but we've got fairly deep water with no fish showing on the finder, even though there's a couple of Chironomid shucks and adult Chironomids. There's another couple there. So what do you figure? We just keep cruising and see if we can put, instead of just fish and just crons, we see if we can do fish and crons.
Yeah. Have a look around.
Have a look around. Tell me that was your first cast.
That was first cast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was almost surprised when the pop went down.
I was surprised when I saw you react. I'm like, that thing must have just hit the water. It's over here. You got him.
Okay. Okay, what do we got here?
Yeah, that's what we thought. We saw some crons. Those are crons, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
couple, yeah, and mostly Daphnia. Got that one on the pink blob. 3 crons, though.
Okay,
all right.
So that's good to know. The fish size a little bit, and that's why we're here, right? We were checking out what the condition of these fish were going to be like.
Yeah, there was a recent stock, like 3 years of no stocking, and then 300, then 1,000 again. So I was kind of hoping like the 2020 fish should be good size, and who knows, maybe they are. I can't see that fish being 4 years old.
Well, hopefully we'll cycle through some more and be back with some bigger ones.
All right. Well, day's been a little slower than I think we'd hoped for, and Rob's gotten into one here.
We relocated.
Yeah, we did relocate. Really not a lot of bugs. We'll pump this fish, and I've got this one 6 feet under, we kind of moved into a bit of a more gradual drop off. So let's see what, oh, and I was under there for a sec. Oh yeah, much like the first.
Let's take a look at this. Oh. Definitely.
Okay, then. Let's, yep.
Okay.
Fair enough. Blobs and leeches it is. All right. Well,
I think that leech is outperforming the blobs, sir.
It's starting to look that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught this one coming out of the water, but it looked about the same size as the other one, except for maybe a little bit cleaner, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah. Kind of creeping up on a couple pounds.
Bang! Crash! Boom! How not to treat your equipment.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah.
We won't bother putting with them. Okay, there's number 4. Let's go, Ben.
All right.
So, how many fish am I going to catch before you switch up?
I was wanting to make sure it's not a matter of positioning before I went through the trouble of cutting my fly off, but it might not be a matter of positioning.
Just skill, you're thinking?
Totally just skill. That's right. All right. Another one in the net. Now we're starting to get a better picture of average size, so that's good. That's what you need to be able to say anything conclusively, really.
Yeah, so maybe just explain what we're doing here today.
Yeah, so looking at the stocking charts and noticed there was sort of a regular stocking regime, I think of 1,000 fish, and then then they didn't stock it for 3 years, and then the year before last they put 300 in, and then last year in the fall they put 1,000 in, which those fish wouldn't even be big enough to, well, be pretty small right now, so they're sort of out of the picture. So we're trying to make some deductions about what age class of fish we're getting and sort of growth rates. And given that a couple of those fish are mature, they're probably not the year before last year. Well, they're definitely not 2024 September, and they're probably not, they're definitely not spring of 2023 either. So they're probably fall of 2021 fish, and they're probably not 2 pounds or just around 2 pounds. So kind of starts to paint a picture, right? Which is
and we didn't know that before we come. We look at the charts, we figure could be some good fish with those low stockings, and it doesn't always work out. So,
yeah, totally.
But all good because we're catching fish. So
right on. Day on the water better than a day in the office. Over and out. Well, I don't know if I got to be quicker with my change ups, but meanwhile, Mr. Bruno's got another fish here. All right.
I saw some shucks too. I'm going to put a pump on them.
that's, yeah, we'll call it cute.
Yeah.
But I see interesting stuff in the pump.
Yeah. So
One leech.
So you've got a big leech, you've got some Daphnia, and you've got, okay, here we go. I'll sacrifice.
And a couple crons.
A couple crons, Daphnia, and leech. So these things aren't being picked, that's for sure.
All right.
Look who's got one.
I'll remind you who got the first fish of the day.
So let me guess. You finally put on a leech. Whoop.
Yeah.
And
no, I put on a crony actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, rod feels great.
Here's your net.
I'm.
Oh yeah. Tell me about the rod.
Yeah, this is the Orvis Helios 4D, and it is great. Like, I mean, over and above playing this, it's not that big a fish, but bombing casts whichever way I want, whether into the wind or with it or whatever, it's going where I want it to go. Like,
yeah,
it feels great.
I find that it's just super powerful and super smooth.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's got tons of backbone. Like I said, like the wind keeps switching on us today, and we're kind of fishing the same spot all the time, and yeah, it's good.
Okay, so just to get this straight, you saw those crons, and instead of put the leech, and you saw a leech, but instead of
putting a leech, I put a crony on.
All right, I'm going to stick out with my leech, but you catch one more fish, and I'm not going to pull a bend and wait for 6 fish. I'm going to switch up right away. On the Chronicle.
Yeah, this guy's a little bit chunkier, actually.
Oh, let's see this chunkier fish. Yeah, I guess so. A little bit of a belly, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're not bad. I mean, obviously not what we thought they would be, but
yeah, they're cute.
They're cute. Anybody needs to come and catch some cute fish,
they're here for you.
They're here for the taking.
You know, this Chironomid thing is all right.
Okay, I said, what did I say? If you catch 2 more, I'm switching over. The problem is you haven't given me the opportunity because I have to film.
Welcome to life fishing with you.
Come on.
It took me like 4 of your fish to be able to even put on the Chironomid.
But that's because you're stubborn. That's not because. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's Zachary.
Did my girlfriend pay you to say that?
No, but if I'm sure she's got it figured out too. So
you guys, you two are 2 peas in a pod against me. Let me tell her straight up, hey, don't collude. Don't collude against me, GF.
Okay.
Love you, but.
All right. Okay, now I am going to film you release this, but then I am going to put a Chronicle on, because I don't want you to be the only person catching fish on the video.
See, it just came out,
popped out,
and I'll see you.
See you later, buddy boy. Okay, I'm gonna give this a chance to twitch one more time, and then Chronicles.
Haha, and you still didn't have time to tie on.
Just cut my leech off. Literally, dude, that hit the water and bang, and there's no crons in them.
Yeah, we'll see this one. I mean, but yeah, it's feeling like they know what crons are.
Maybe within the next 3 or 4 fish you catch, I'll be switched over. Hey, we're working. No personal calls during working hours, buddy.
All right. And he's off. Good. Perfect.
But he was like scrappy and a little chubby.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna really quickly try to tie on a cron.
Okay.
Perfect time for the something to think about segment. What can we say?
Know, a guy gets lazy sometimes, and you've got like 12 or 15 feet of leader on, and then you end up getting fish at 6
or 20 or 24.
Right? Yeah, because so you just keep your bobber and you put it in the middle, and then stuff like this happens, and And yeah, it's an easy way to avoid this is if you're fishing 6 feet down, cut your leader back to like 6, 8,
10 even, right? But 15, 20 is too much.
putting your yeah. Well, and I use split shot too, and so when you put the split shot and the fly and the leader in the middle, or sorry, the indicator in the middle of all of it, it gets a little hairy sometimes.
You
know?
throw that into the mix with the wind that often doesn't know what it wants to do and starts circling and doing its thing. Just something to think about. Take the time, adjust the leader. Don't be stubborn. Don't be lazy. I'm not pointing at you. Just saying.
Whatever. Well, what do you know? Someone got a chance to put a crawn on, and
I had to ambush your fly. You still don't know what I did.
I should look.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh? Like they're not on them hard, or they're not on them. I mean, we had a couple samples with a couple in there.
Yeah, we should pump this one just to see if it's the same, eh? Like, if it's got a couple, or if it's just straight up zooplankton. One lucky fish had that big leech, but otherwise.
Yeah. Let's see. Jeez. I don't want to say he's like bigger because I don't think he is, but he's sure acting like he is. Pulling a bit harder.
Okay.
Just a little bit more spunky, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, that's a wrap. So, almost considered not making this a video because, well, we didn't find what we were looking for, obviously, right? So, but then we thought, you know, we talk about this a lot. We put in a lot of time to do it. Go out and try to find those lakes that have that potential. And it doesn't always work out. As a matter of fact, what do you think? It works out fewer times than it does, right?
These days, I feel like if you find stuff, it's stuff that has been good and is good, but finding stuff that's never been good and all of a sudden becomes good.
Yeah, but we still do it because
change of scenery. There's a whole bunch. Yeah.
So we didn't find the fish were as big as we would have liked, but we had fun. We caught lots of fish. I'm pretty sure I caught more than you, but
and plus he needs a break for his arms, right? He catches all those big fish at all the other lakes, so it's good to come and have a relaxing day sometimes.
So all in all, fun. Staple foods, leeches and blobs to begin with. There was a bit of a crawny hatch. The fish did go on them, not when we saw the prawns popping, but when we didn't, which was weird. And we caught, I think, a couple on prawns with a couple maybe prawns in them, but for the most part, Daphnia, even when they were taking prawns. But hey, mix it up. It's always nice to catch a fish on a Chironomid. And that's it. Yeah, anything else?
The fish didn't move for the first half of the day at least.
Right.
And they weren't on the finder. And so when they're not finder and they're not moving, you know, you're searching. So Rob was fishing 20-ish feet. I was fishing 8. Got a couple hits, and then in the end, they actually ended up 6 feet. Ended up being, I'd say, better depth.
Even in deeper water, right? I think we were in 16 to 20 feet and still getting them at 6. So.
And, you know, it's funny because the spring so far I've been getting lots of action on blobs. And so when there's no hatch, I just went directly to a blob. And we did get a couple fish and bites on it. But we moved and came down to this end of the lake. And I fished that thing for a long time. And then as soon as you put something different there, it makes you realize how many fish saw that blob and didn't eat it.
Yeah.
Because,
we talk about that lots too, about guys sitting there staring at bobbers for like hours even. If you're sure fish are seeing your presentation, switch it up or move if they're not active fish.
Which we didn't really know until you switch to something different, and all of a sudden it's game on right away, over and over and over, and it's like, okay, that blob got seen a whole bunch of times.
But had we known there were fish there, right? Like, so there's fish moving, and we know they're seeing the fly, you're not going to sit there and fish that same fly or even those same fish after 10-ish minutes. You know, I don't think that I would ever put in more than 10, 15 minutes when I know they're there. Anyway, take that for what it's worth. We had fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it, even though the fish were a little bit on the small side. That's it. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. And until next time, cheers.